All
Hi
right.
guys.
What's good? We are live.
Girls
I don't
present.
know why. I don't know why I did that, but
That's
it
because it's the thing to do. It just had to do it.
was just the time.
It's just a very
I
feminine moment.
it
Enjoy our feminine
is.
moments.
I love being feminine. How about that? I just love it and it's like so natural.
Yep. You just love to celebrate it and just accentuate it and be all that it can be.
I don't understand how people, some women don't, they just don't feel the feminine. I looked online, they have a lot of feminine classes. I'm like, you need a class?
To be girly?
I,
Well,
I
if
promise
you're a
you.
tomboy
Well,
or
maybe.
or you don't have manners, I don't know.
I don't know, but it's just this right here just gives everything. I tried to go find some shirts that because I like my shoulder out or
Mhm.
you know, and I think this is like the sexiest part of like a woman,
Exactly. And look, I
right?
love it. I love it. And I have this beautiful diamond.
Yes.
And it just is beautiful when I wear my t-shirts, and it just looks so classy and elegant. And it's literally either a nice diamond necklace that's very subtle like this, or
Yep.
um, pearls look really pretty
Mm-hmm.
with a t-shirt. And it's
Yes,
just
that's
like
very true.
take it to the
Mm-hmm.
next, you know what I mean? Like I literally
Yep.
did the pearls one time with a t-shirt, took my headscarf, did that around my waist over my leggings, and it was
Ooh.
the cutest outfit
You gave pinup girl.
all day, all day, effortlessly.
You.
And it
So
was
were
like
the
sexy and classy.
were the pearls like tight or did they
No,
hang?
they were tight. It just
Just
looked it like it was perfect.
yep,
It was perfect.
yep.
Yeah,
It doesn't take much to like turn a t-shirt into like a whole vibe.
not at all. I literally cut one in half because back in my day it was cool to wear the cut off shirts and whatever, and then it went away. Now it's back. Wow. I happen to
Absolutely.
have I can still fit shirts from like high school. So I was going
Hmm.
through them and I'm
Lucky
like,
you.
damn, they were either an extra small or a small, which is hilarious because they're super
Wow.
tight now because
Yeah.
I'm like a whole adult trying to squeeze in them. And I was like, what, 5 in high school, like
Right.
ridiculously skinny. It's just
Right.
funny because now I actually fill them out and they look so cute. But some of them I'm like, yeah, they're short. They're just short because I was shorter. And so I just
So
cut
they
them.
belly. It's belly shirt.
I just cut them. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like
Cute. I
almost
think it's cute.
almost flash danced out with like the sweatshirt that I cut the neck off of and then I had the tank underneath it.
Yes.
Like
Mhm.
ridiculous. It was super cute.
Mhm. It is cute. I think it's very cute. I
See,
used
this is
to
why you need your girlfriends. Hmm.
hello. It's just the energy. It's just a vibe that you can't get anywhere else. So that's why we're talking about it today because there's this thing, and I've done it. You've done it, right, Ra?
Hmm.
We all have done it. Where we got our girls and we besties and we see each other often and whatever, girl time. And then we get with someone and it's over. It's MIA, crickets. Oh,
Yeah.
I don't need girls anymore because you're my best friend, boyfriend.
Hmm.
And then reality hits you and you're like, I don't have anyone. He
Hmm.
still goes out with his friends and I have nobody. How
Hmm.
did that happen? Because you didn't keep your girls. It's very important to keep your girls. Contrary to popular belief right now on YouTube, Rob, where they're saying, the men are saying, oh, you don't need your girlfriends. My wife can't
Right.
have her friends. My
It's a
girl don't
thing.
need her friends.
Well, here's why I think that's rooted in though. I think that if men could have it, a lot of men would literally stash their woman away like drug money. Literally.
Drug money.
Like
Yeah.
you know she's there, but no one would
Hmm.
ever see her,
Right.
you know?
Exactly.
And I think that, it comes from two different places. It comes from a place of safety and it comes from a place of insecurity. Um, Actually, and then it also comes from a healthy place of just being concerned, loving someone, not, wanting
Okay.
to be without them because they're just that fun. So that's the angle I'm speaking from because
Yeah.
I have been in that situation, but in the moment, I think we just got to be honest. I enjoyed his company more than I enjoyed my friend's company.
Hmm.
So I was enjoying that company. Not
Hmm.
that they were just pushed aside, but the level of connection and just fun, it never stopped. So it's like that's them. I know them. They're there. And you got to
Right.
remember, like I remember just saying to myself, like, dang, when's the last time I just went out with them? Like I've pulled up and just been like, hey, what's going on? I just stopped in to say hi and like literally was like, gotta go make dinner, like not even because I wasn't missing anything because I would still have the level of fun or more once I got home. And so I think it's never really as personal unless you done fell out with some of your friends or something like that. And then you fell out, there's smoke, but then you met somebody, so now you're like, because you don't need her no way. You're still in your feelings, we've all done that, been kind of beefing back and forth and just not giving, the attention because you're angry, you know.
Yeah.
But what happens
Yeah.
is it burns a lot of women because
Yeah.
the fantasy that you were living in may not have been the reality. Now you need to vent. So the first people you think of are your safe friends that you can trust. But now they're not
Absolutely.
answering the phone because they're still in their feelings. And 9 times out of 10, we're usually saying, I wonder what happened. Rarely
Exactly.
do we lose, like, I don't think it's not often that a woman will have a friend and then, I mean, she'll be with kicking it with her girls and then get in a relationship and be bragging and everything is amazing and it's great. And then she goes quiet and everybody's like, what's going on? And then she popped back up again with a complaint about him. Oh, he cheated, or oh, he did that.
Yeah.
So now it makes the friends feel like you're only coming to them because you're venting. But we have to remember we're going to a safe space and we can't shame each other for going to the safe space. That's how we stay in horrible relationships
Right.
because we're embarrassed to say, somebody might have said, I told you so, and you don't want to hear it. You don't want people to judge you. So you live in a silent horror until you
Yeah.
just can't take it anymore. Now you need them
Yeah.
and you've got to cut through the bullshit that you went through prior to even really be able to address your friend's issue to really be there for her. Somebody's got to address the hurt first
Yeah.
before they even touch hers. So there's a lot of sides to it, and I've been on both where I've just been the one that just was in so smitten and just
Yeah. Me
you're
too.
like,
Yeah.
I'll get to them later, and before you realize it, you said, oh, I'll call her back like 10 times and it's been two
Yeah.
weeks
Yeah.
and we just have to be like mindful, right?
I think we do. I think, I mean, you live and learn, number one. But number two, I think that we have to understand the importance of feminine energy. Um,
The
it's
right
nothing like
feminine
it.
energy can
The
definitely
right,
keep you
the
grounded,
right. Yeah.
motivate you,
Yeah.
hold you accountable. Because I think
Yeah.
people underestimate being held accountable. I
Yes.
personally feel like when you hold someone accountable and they acknowledge it,
Yeah.
it's like you're watching a flower bloom in front of you
Yeah.
because you can
Yeah.
only have growth once you've decided to be accountable for the decisions that you make in your life and the direction that it's going and
Yeah.
how what you think and what you act on matters, not just today, but down the road. These either really good decisions you can make now or
Yeah.
really bad decisions. You know what I
Really.
mean? By not holding each other honestly accountable in a way that we can still talk to each other and we don't fall out over it, you know?
But I don't understand that. Like, and I said this to my family because my family is like that. Like, you can't say, you cannot hold each other accountable. Like, if you do, they won't talk to you for 10 years. Like, that's so dumb. Like,
Right.
why can't we say something and it comes from love? Like, why is it always, oh, she's hating, oh, she doesn't love me anymore? No, I love you so much that I am saying something. I think it has to come from, you have to know, well, everyone doesn't love you. Let's
Wait,
just
can
be
you hear
honest.
me?
Yeah.
I
Can you hear
can't
me?
hear you. Hold on. Hmm.
Can you hear me? What about now?
Nope, I can hear you.
You want to drop out and come back? Okay. So yeah, it's like, I I've seen it a lot where um people are not able to hold each other accountable without someone getting offended. And then it's like you don't talk for 10 years. But like love doesn't only come in praise. Love comes in all kinds of different ways. Love comes in accountability too. So if I love my friends and I see something that may be going on, that can be very detrimental to her life or anything like that, then I am going to um share it. I was just saying that you can hear me?
Hmm.
Okay. I was just saying that like love doesn't only come in praise. Love comes in accountability too, like telling each other, I love you so much that I'm telling you XYZ. And then we have to, I think it comes along with trust too, because you have to trust your friend enough to know that they're not trying to hate on you. They're not trying to hold you down,
Right,
like hold you
right.
back, so you have to look like everyone can't tell you the same thing because like if you say something to me like we have discussed. Um, I'm like, oh my gosh, I didn't know
Right.
that I did that. I didn't mean to do that. Like, but that's how you feel, and I
Clarity.
apologize.
Yeah.
You know
Right.
what I'm saying? But everyone is not a friend like that to where they're telling you something because they love you. Some people are vicious
Yeah.
and malicious. But I think you just have to trust that particular person
Hmm.
and know that they love you and they really just maybe it's a miscommunication or maybe they just see something that you may not see, like for example when we're dating someone, your real girl could be like, I don't know, but you're so
Hmm.
in love, that good feeling. You're like, but be happy for me. And she's like, I am, but I don't want you hurt. I don't want you to
Right.
get hurt. And I see something.
Hmm.
That's a hard one because
Yeah. It depends
it's
on the
like
friend because
it
the right
depends.
friend is gonna tell you like, girl, he just gives me bad vibes, but I'm gonna support you.
Right.
But if he like, I'm gonna keep my eye on him, and we'll just keep it
Yeah,
like that. And you could
exactly.
respect that, and I can say it in a way that it's received and in love.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
I'm really
Yeah.
looking out for you. And but then you have
Yes.
those friends that don't have much going on, or whatever the reason is that particular day, they said, you know what, I'm single, you about to be single too. And they just go in like, girl, you don't need that. Who, I wouldn't deal with that if I was you. And it's like, we never think the friend that says, I wouldn't deal with that if I was you. When's the last time she had a man?
Right. We have to look at things like that.
Like,
We definitely
yeah, calendar's kind of empty there, sis. So
right.
maybe I'm gonna not get, because when you're in your feels, you definitely want someone to co-sign it.
Yeah.
And we
Yeah.
just have to have friends real enough that's not gonna fake co-sign anything. Like, and keep it a buck. Like, I don't agree with you, but I'm gonna rock with you, but I don't agree with
Right.
you.
And
So
I'm here when it
yeah,
happens, if it
yep,
happens.
I'm here. Like, it is what it is. This is how I feel. And then
Exactly.
that I appreciate people like that. I really do, because I think that if we're able to handle the types of criticisms that can be so minor, um, we could grow. We wouldn't be
Yeah.
stuck with
Yeah.
circular thinking. You know what I mean? Especially
Yeah.
when it comes to our friends, because like, I know there's this rules, but there's rules to depending on where you're from. Up top, we don't leave nobody in the house with our man. We just don't. But then there should be the exception, right? And we feel like if there's not the exception, then feelings are hurt. Like, well, why wouldn't you trust me? So
Yeah.
it it could backfire in that way too. So like you said earlier, it's a slippery slope because you don't know how someone's going to receive it, and all you can do is say it
Hmm.
with love and emphasize that, like, as best as you can. Because usually the treacherous ones, they don't stop. Even when you're not angry, those are the ones that are like, look at you, about to go back, or it's something to make you feel
Yeah.
uncomfortable about your decision.
Yeah.
And
Yeah. That's
they
not
want you
cool.
to keep doing the negative, keep doing the negative. So,
And it's something that Chloe, I really, I'm a Kardashian. Okay, yeah, okay. I probably,
Lord.
we related some kind of way. I don't know how, but in my mind.
Right.
Um, but Chloe and not Khadijah, her best friend, Malika,
Mama Malika, right.
Malika. They had this, remember I told you long years ago, I was like, yo, I don't care what you have to say. Say it. We need to be like the Kardashians. We could say go off and then we're like, okay, so where we going? Like, where we in? Like,
Right.
good night, love you. Because they really do that. I don't care what no one says.
Mm-hmm.
They could be off the chain, calling each other, whatever, whatever. I don't like it. This happened. Da, 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 da. At the end of the day, they are like, mwah, mwah, call you later.
Right.
Or I'm done. I ain't talking to her this
Yeah.
weekend, but
I'm
Monday.
over it.
Like they never cut the cord completely from each other. I love that about them. They're
Mm-hmm.
honest about it. You're being of this, you're being of that, whatever the case is, but they don't cut the
Right.
cord from each other. And when she was talking with Malika, they had this episode years ago where Chloe had started going out with French Montana,
Mm-hmm.
and Malika started feeling some way because Chloe kept hanging out with French's, I think it was French. No, it could have been Tristan, wherever. She wasn't hanging out with Malika as much, or when she did, she always had their friends coming. Because
Mm,
your friends become their friend,
right.
whatever happens. And Malika didn't like it. And Malika was crying, crying, crying. And what I loved about Chloe says, these are Malika's feelings. I don't completely agree that I was alienating her. However, these are her feelings, and I'm not going to, invalidate her. These are her feelings.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to respect it, and I'm going to love her because these are her feelings. I think a
Right.
lot of times people take other people's feelings as their own. And no, that's not true. No, I didn't do this. No, no, that's that person's feelings. Even if you didn't mean to do it, that's how
Mm-hmm.
that person feels. So it's good to listen to your friends if they feel some kind of way, and then you be like, okay, well, I didn't mean it that way. That's how you feel. I apologize, but I didn't really mean it that way, or I didn't know, or like let's not throw each other's feelings aside and put, oh, that's dumb. I hate when someone says that's dumb shit. That's
Yeah.
my feelings though. It's
Right.
my feelings though. How is it
Mm-hmm.
dumb if it's my feelings?
Right.
So I love the way they actually care about each other. That is something that I don't care what no one says about them. That's something that I know I have not seen in my family at all,
Mm-hmm.
and hardly in people that I know. So I love that girl power that they had.
Yeah. I think, you know me, like what did I do when I saw you? I kissed you like, nah, right on your lips and gave you a big old hug, right?
Yeah,
Because like I just love you.
ditto.
Like I just love you, right? So there's nothing that in that moment you needed to know. Just moi. And I remember after the fact, I thought to myself, oh, that was probably weird for her.
No,
But it was in my mind, it was that if it was little Shamika, like 5 years old, do me your face and then me just mwah.
right.
Like it was just like, oh, here she is, you know.
It wasn't weird at
And
all. It was,
there's just something so sweet and just natural about that like that's just love, And I think
it's my
more
sister. Yeah,
women need to just
yeah.
enjoy that safe space with your female friends that you can, because I
You
think we
have to.
replace like a man can replace that, or your significant other can replace that. So for that time being, you're still getting that fix. It's just that we got to remember to have some type of a balance. See, for me, it's always been I'm not really outside like that. I would love to just continue to entertain in the house. I'm cooking whatever, I'm
Hmm.
drinking whatever, we're having a ball. I don't care if we're playing Twister, life size Jenga. We're gonna have fun,
Right.
you know?
Yeah. Yeah.
And I think you don't have to, and that's it, that's the easiest, happiest medium if your significant other's okay with that as well. To just do. and everybody have a ball and everybody's
Yeah.
inside. Nobody's outside. Nobody can drink and drive. Everybody can just crash if they need to. It's like
Right.
we just have to incorporate it in our lives differently because a lot of times they're separate because of drama. So my friends come over, my man's friends come over. Somebody looked at somebody, somebody said something to somebody. What happened? Is as long as we keep the drama down, you know, it ends up being really nice, just good adult fun. Like, when we were younger and beat the pants off of the guys we were
Yeah.
dating
Beat
at
the
what was
like
that?
literally.
Taboo?
That
What
was
was we playing?
taboo. We killed them. Like
That was so funny.
I
That was
remember the first thing
so
was,
funny.
and you knew it. I was like, I picked the card up, and ugh, you know what I hate. I hate the things. I hate
It
the
was
things
just
with a
so
passion.
funny.
I have a phobia of them things. Okay, you already know what I'm talking about. Ugh. And it was on it was on the card. Nice. It was I hate the things. Oh, it was creepy. And I
Uh,
was like, the first guess I could have given you, I was like, something I can't stand, it creeps me out. She's like, mice. I was like, yeah. Like it
we
was
just kept going. It was so funny.
it was.
Like, did they even answer like
They didn't even
one?
have a chance. They were sitting there like,
They was describing everything, trying to point to stuff. Like, it was hilarious. And we
and
was
we
just
were
over there just
okay, no, we know each other more than you know either like us.
right.
Like, and
That's
you date us.
crazy. Right.
Like,
That was,
duh.
yeah. And for years, not like, this was like
Yeah.
some 6 month relationships. Like we were
Yeah,
both with
no.
them for over like a year and a half,
How
right?
you don't know what I hate?
Right.
How
Well,
do
how
you
do you
know
know
don't
what
know that?
scares me? Like what?
Ugh. Like, but see, that is a true like I don't know. We have this, and I'm telling you, it's like I told you, it's like this.
Ill
I don't
connection.
know. It really is, and it's like it's never gonna go
Uh,
away,
no, we're not.
huh?
And you're scary and you're ruining it. And we could both be going pew pew. Don't get me started.
Hmm. Hmm. I'm very scary, and I'm not. No, we have a kindred. Yeah, you're gonna have to still work on me with that one because that still freaks me out just to think about it. But
Yeah,
you know, I'm scary though. But that's like
I know.
I'm scary like that. But it really, even when we didn't see each other
Mhm.
often or we wasn't, seeing each other, I still was like, something missing.
Mhm.
Something missing. What's missing? I'm
Yeah.
married, I got 4 kids, but something's missing.
Yep.
And
It's not the same.
it's not the same. And then you have other people that come in your life and it's great. You're like, okay,
Right.
that's my girl. But
Yeah.
something
Still
missing.
missing. Mhm.
Something
Yep.
ain't right. It ain't
Yep.
all the way, like so
Yeah.
it's just, and I think that it's important. It really is important when you find that friend, that sister. 'Cause I don't like
Mhm.
females like that. So if you're my sister, you're my sister. You deal with
Right.
females like that. Um, to hold on to them, to get through whatever, go through it,
Mhm.
whatever, but
Mhm.
never do stop because it's not easy to find people like that. It's
Yeah.
just
And
not.
that's the reality of it. I think we you and I collectively exhaled that day.
It
Like,
was
okay.
so. When you did that, I was like, my big sister is back. Like it was not weird at all because I know you. So it was
Yeah.
like, ah. And my
Like
cousin-in-law
I'm
was
that weird type of friend that literally will like be like, come on, and like hold your hand and like walk with you. Like,
yes,
come on. You know how we'd walk down them cold ass cobblestone streets in the meatpacking district, locked arms like it's freezing. Let's just get to the car. You know what I mean? Like,
freezing, but we
yeah.
had our heel boots on because that's what
What?
we do in New York. What
That's
the
what we
heel
do.
boots
We'll
with
go
the
out
leather jacket?
the whole thing, a whole long sleeve, like mock neck, turtleneck outside
Yeah,
in the
like
club,
it's cold, but
fully
so what?
covered,
Point is what?
sexy, just
Just
sexy,
strutting down the
fully
street, just
covered, not
fully covered.
cleavage,
Nope,
not butt cheeks, not a
nope,
thing showing, boots up to
nope.
our knees, killing it.
To this day, my boots is I love my boots. I gotta have my boots.
Yeah,
I
the
gotta
shoe
have my
game's
heel
always
boots.
on point. That's why you need your girls, because you really need that real bitch in your life to be like, that is not it, sis. Like, please stop.
Wait. remember when we were at your house, okay, in New York, and I was doing my I was doing my liner, and I was like, "How's this look?" And you said something. What did you
I
call me?
said, you look like a chula, one of those um female Mexican gangbangers, bro. Like, what are you doing? Like, I'm not ever gonna let my girls go out like that ever.
It
What?
was like, was it extra thick or
It
what? I was
was.
like,
It was like Sharpie perfect and like jet black, and I'm like, bro, like, nah. I want
you
to
was
be
like,
like,
"Don't."
Orderly Holmes, like, what? How do I speak to you now? Like, I don't know.
You were like, "No."
Look at me,
Mm-mm.
little puppet. I was like, no, I don't want to.
Exactly. I was like, and
Mm.
then I looked at it and I was like, I bust out laughing because it's like, it's nothing that like you say or I say that's like, ugh.
We always laugh.
It's always funny. It's like, yo, creepish, like, I'll
Right.
say it like,
Yeah.
just a
Right.
little
Just
stalkerish
it is.
today. Like,
Right. Right. That's
and it's
that
true.
balance, though. When you have
It
real
is.
friends, you have a real balance. It's somebody that's gonna check you when you're wrong, and like
Mm-hmm.
for real, like, nah, you out of line, you're out of pocket, like
Mm-hmm.
you was in the wrong on this one, like really tell you.
Mm-hmm.
And no, it's so detrimental when you have people that tell you what you want to hear,
Oh,
because that's dangerous. You'll never grow.
very
You'll never
dangerous.
grow because you never get to address perceptions. Because not that that's a reality, whatever that person is speaking on about you, but if you don't want to like address the perceptions and at least think about it, like, like your maturity level just goes exponentially after that because you realize, like, oh, okay, I just put my big girl pants on and didn't spaz. I didn't
Exactly.
freak out, and I actually like thought this through. Makes sense. You're right. Like, and you can actually come back down to earth. But, some people, it's the opposite because they're like shit starters. So, you know what I mean?
Absolutely.
It goes in that complete left um, when the wrong person is telling you, you know?
Yeah. I think that I don't know. I think that, it's the feminine energy, the chica energy, the sisterhood energy is very important, but it can also be very dangerous if it's the
Hmm.
wrong female. Like,
Yeah, because you could literally be like, you can get one of those literal like energy vampires that she loves everything about you because you are all of that, and you are uh, seen, and you are heard, and you are
mhm,
appreciated, you're recognized and celebrated. She wants that too, but she's not at the point in her life where she's able to see that in herself enough to manifest it. So she can only see it through other people's eyes, like, oh, I want that, or I want to be that, or because she hasn't reached that level of maturity where she can say, I want that. I got to put in the work to do it, you know?
yeah. Yeah. And I think it's important, like I've learned, okay, even these past few years, um, that I have to, when I am gonna have a chica, she has to be on the same level as me.
Yeah.
Like,
Levels
because
matter.
I'm telling you, stop with the it don't matter. Looks don't, it all
No,
matters.
no, it does
It
matter.
matters, yo, because I've been in some situations where I'm like,
Right. With the
whoa,
I'm ready to go, friend. I'm ready to go. I'm ready to go. And it's
are
like,
you like we just got here?
oh,
I get it.
yeah. And it's like,
Hmm.
oh, okay. Could somebody buy her a drink, please? Like, please. We're out having fun. She drove. Like,
Yes,
please get her a drink.
exactly. Exactly. Like,
Like,
please calm her
relax.
down. Or the
Mm-hmm.
one that I wish I looked like you, and I'm like, I don't like. It makes me
All night.
uncomfortable. It
Backhanded
makes me
compliments.
uncomfortable.
Mm-hmm.
It makes me very uncomfortable. I just
Mm-hmm.
because I don't, you know me, I don't compete with my girl. I
Nuh-uh.
want us all to win. We all cute. Let's go. Let's have
All
fun. Blah blah
shining.
blah blah blah. Blah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, been there, done that.
Mm-hmm.
They're dangerous too. Very dangerous people. Um, so just having girls that's on your level, mentally, physically too. Let's not act like this don't matter. Okay, let's stop with
Yeah.
these games.
And we're not saying that if you have a friend that doesn't look like you, there's anything
Right.
wrong with that. But what we're saying is, let's be real.
Please,
Let's be real.
today.
If a woman has a healthy level of self-esteem, She could be 400 pounds and she will be the
Yeah.
one wearing the 4-inch heels with the
Yep.
whole bodysuit on
On.
with the pump fat, not caring.
Mm-hmm. Mm-mm.
Be the prettiest thing in the room, according to her.
Mm-hmm.
And but she's also the one that's not going to hate on you because she does have a healthy level of self-esteem. So it's not
Yep.
about size per se. It's
No.
about being who you are and owning it. If you can't own it because you're insecure, you do not need to be around beautiful friends.
Can't do it.
You got to get it together. Like I told that story about me. My friend was, we always talked about like, her being in my wedding. And when I got engaged, when I
I
got
remember.
engaged, she she herself was in a very toxic um
Mm.
relationship. I just
Mm-hmm.
didn't know. She wasn't sharing it with us. So it was still a secret what she really was
Yeah.
going through. But yeah, her weight was getting, it was ridiculous, right? So it's not so much the weight because I know prior to gaining the weight, she was healthy and she
Mm-hmm.
liked being that and she was working at being that. So I knew it was important to her, but her self-esteem was shot. So her energy was negative. Her
Mm.
being in the room was negative. Her being so self-conscious about herself. So I'm taking all this into account and saying
Mm-hmm.
on that day, I want everyone to be as happy as me. And if you can't show me that, I don't want you in the pictures. I don't want you in the dressing room with all of us on the day that we're going to be in there doing our fitting, complaining and saying how bad you feel and how ugly you look and nothing fits and this looks good on you guys and not on me because that's a you thing. So I'm like telling her, you're more than welcome. I want you there, but I need you in a different place. She could have been big. That wasn't the problem. It was her state of mind that was just not for that day. I need you to be a cheer. I need you to love on you because you can't possibly celebrate another woman if you yourself don't even have it to give without it looking like you're angry or you're jealous or you're upset. It's going to manifest itself, whether it's physically, you don't look happy, or you're quiet, you make other people feel uncomfortable because you keep it to yourself. There's so many reasons why. And I caught a lot of shit for that because people were saying I was so shallow that I didn't want someone overweight in my wedding. And that wasn't it because everybody I know was thick. And as women of color, we will be fat and call it thick. So everybody was thick. And I'm just like, you were the only one that was so uncomfortable with who in your own skin that it made me and other people feel weird. I can't bring that energy. I'm all about energy. I'm
All
not
about it.
going to
Mm-hmm.
willfully bring that energy into my space so I can later look at pictures and pray that she was happy in all of them or looked happy or looked like she fit in or felt comfortable. No, I wasn't doing that. So when she said, well, fine, I'm going to lose weight. And I said, that's fine, but do it for you. I mean, weddings motivate people to get in shape. So does the summer. Whatever motivates you, I was supporting that. But it was ill received, and I think because we're just not honest about certain things because it's a touchy subject. Who
Yeah.
tells somebody that? And I'm sure there's somebody on this earth that was just being an asshole and said, oh, I don't want you at my wedding because you're fat. That's not what I was saying, and I needed her to know that. But because she couldn't receive it, and didn't actually understand it until years later and shared with me that because of me, um, she practically had an eating disorder and got so thin. And I was like, whoa, let's go back to accountability.
She received it differently. She
You were
received it wrong.
responsible for how you
Yeah.
received that and how you processed it.
Yeah.
I was responsible for how I delivered it. Now I can take that. If you felt I delivered it in a way that was offensive or wasn't
Mm-hmm.
sensitive enough, I can understand that. But what
Right.
you chose to do with those feelings afterwards is on
Mm-hmm.
you. So I'm not going to
Right.
walk this earth going, oh my God, how could I do that to her? Because that was never my intention. And if she was used to having real friends in her life, she would have understood the self esteem that I was speaking of that she just didn't have at the moment.
Well, that's a little bit why I'm confused. Because if you know you, to know you, you wouldn't. I don't know. You know you. You to know Ra, you know Ra is going
Yeah,
to
I'm be
say
honest. I'm gonna
what
be
Ra needs
candid.
to say, and you don't. You know that it's not coming from malicious. I mean, if they
Yeah.
know you. I mean, I don't know. I
But
get
see,
it
here's the
though.
thing. I think we're so used to, as a society, glazing over anything that's uncomfortable. And
Oh
I've
yeah, we can't
never,
talk about it.
that's my thing. I've never shied away from an uncomfortable topic
That's
because
true.
either A, I want to learn from it, or I'm just
Hmm.
curious and being nosy. But I promise you, listening to people's experiences with a real open ear is like, I don't know. I feel like I can learn from other people. So all I'm doing
Yeah,
is I'm just stacking my growth. That's how I
yeah,
see it. But and that's important to me, is speaking my truth at all times. And that's always the, like, finding a balance when you're speaking to people, about something that might be sensitive. And I had to check myself. That's why I was really bothered by people feeling that way about me, because I thought, like, man, I even checked myself, like, for a week, because I wanted to see if her behavior was going to change. And all she was
yeah.
more anxious than me. And I'm like, ugh, all over her weight. And I'm like, bro, you got to own this. Like, this is where you're at. You got to get comfortable in your skin, or you can't bring that. Like, get out of here. I,
And I
I thought
think
it
that
was a
makes sense.
reasonable request, but I understand how it can be perceived as extremely insensitive. And there'll be two sides of this. There'll be women that don't view themselves as heavy, and they'll say, oh, that's, of course. They're speaking from an ego place. And then there's some women that aren't heavy that'll say, no, I get that. I get that. And then there are some heavy women who are going to be extremely offended. And then there's going to be some heavy women that look at it and go, no, I get her point of view. Can't please everybody, but I'm going to start with me, and
And I think,
having
yeah.
a healthy balance of my
Hmm.
girlfriends and my relationship, not my girlfriends in my relationship.
Yeah,
Because I think that's where men freak out. It's like, you don't tell your girlfriends everything. I think all of us have learned either that the hard way,
yeah.
or we embarrassed ourselves and learned.
Hmm.
There's usually some
Right.
type of something we done flew off the handle with talking about, didn't have no business talking about. Now everybody know.
But and that see, okay, so this is the thing. I've learned. I have girlfriends and I have a sister. Cause what
Yeah.
you gonna say that's going it ain't going nowhere.
Well, it goes back to, like, those levels of where somebody is in your life too. You can be at, you're not at the final boss level. That's like right there at sisterhood, is like, that's the final boss. So anything as you working your way up in trust, you know, being a reliable friend, all those check boxes that we have for half the time the people we want to be with, like dating. If you compare your significant other checklist, scratch off good looking and anything physical in that way. But even so, because there's levels to the physical thing, even we do have those levels and hierarchies with our
Hmm.
friends.
True.
But I think if we look at it in that way of, I want somebody that's smart. I want somebody that's funny. I want somebody um, that cooks. I want somebody that is neat like me. When you get around your girl,
Jesus. Yes.
you can literally go over a significant other checklist, and your girls will have those
Yeah.
things.
Yeah.
And
Yeah. That's
then
true.
you know what I mean? So we fill a huge void in each other when we're all linked in
Yep.
the right way with each other in a real
Yep.
sisterhood.
Yep.
So you kind of, you get with your girls, and you realize you're single, but in the same breath, it don't matter. Because literally, you could go and crash on your homegirl's couch and put the pillow on her lap and just be like, girl, let me tell you, and cry your face off. And she's going to rub your hair no different than he would. But I think women, not from it, and I want to be clear on this because I don't want to insinuate that I'm stressing something sexual, because I am not. What I'm saying is,
Mhm.
I think women need to, that same energy you take with a significant other, to let your guard down because you want to, because you want this relationship, because you want this person in your life. You're going to do things so that that person trusts you. It's the same energy we need to bring to our girls.
Yeah.
In all fairness, if we're going to really have a sisterhood, um, you got to start from a point of genuine love.
Yeah. You have to. And unconditional too, because it's like, you know, none of us are perfect. None of us are
Hmm.
perfect. You know what I'm saying? But unconditionally loving your girl as your sister, like
Right.
it's nothing. I can't even compare it to anything. Like the difference that I'm feeling now compared to before.
Hmm.
Sorry, this is the phone. It's like, whew, okay,
Yeah.
let me just,
Hmm.
you know what I mean? Let me
Yep.
call. Let me,
Let me just exhale. Even if, our friends are our best distraction,
yeah,
in a good
yeah,
way, in a
yeah,
really healthy way, when you can literally be going through the worst day of your life and you hear, hey, gorgeous, on the other end.
yes,
It's
yes,
like, what are you doing? Like, okay, let me go to this world
exactly,
now. A very much
exactly.
needed safe space of love where
And
it's
that's
okay to
literally,
brag about
hmm
yourself, where it's okay
exactly.
to be vulnerable,
Hmm.
it's okay to be
Hmm.
sad, it's okay to be
Exactly.
all of those things when you
Yep,
have the right girls to
exactly.
surround yourself with, you know?
Exactly. And that's the best thing ever. I promise you. And just,
And we
you
make money
know,
together because we're all focused on the bag. Hmm, I love it.
always, always. And I think it's important that we can you, hold on 1 second. Okay, that was mommy time. I'm back.
Somebody got to quick sit your ass down somewhere if I knock here. I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
My
I
daughter's
love
like,
it.
Mom, can you fix my Roku? And I'm like, yeah, in a minute while I'm on here. Mom, can you fix my I'm like, okay.
60
Bring a
seconds
brother.
later.
Get a brother. Get one of the three. Just
Right.
fix your
Yeah.
sisters. Okay, thank you.
Right. Too cute.
So oh my gosh. So and even when you're in different parts of life, like because like, I got married and I got 4 kids. You have one. Like I
It's
surpassed
so
you like
crazy
three
for you
times,
to say
4 times.
4. That's
Isn't
crazy.
it
Go
weird that I have all these kids?
ahead. It's just like my baby 4 kids.
Who did that? Like I literally had one little one that would
That's it.
jump all over the
That's it.
place, and now it's
Yeah.
4 humans, and I'm like, my
Yeah.
cousin was like, I can't believe you got kids. They're only here for like how many years? Yeah, I have them, and they're safe and they're happy
Mhm.
and healthy.
Mhm.
I can't believe it. But anyway, that doesn't stop for me. It never stopped. Well, you know what I'm saying? Our sisterhood.
Mhm.
I was, I didn't know what marriage was. I didn't know what I was doing.
Mhm.
Um, and even though I was very, I can be honest, very consumed. Like I think I was over my head because I didn't know what I was really doing.
Mhm.
I was trying to figure this out. And I didn't have anyone to go to, like women, to say, "Hey, I'm married. What do you do? What do you do? How
Right.
how how
Right.
how did you sustain your marriage for 30 years? Like, what am
Mhm.
I supposed to do here?" Um, but I do know, honestly, and even now, a lot of people that I hear on the internet, oh, when you're married, you can have single friends. All your friends have to be married. It's a lie.
Mhm.
In my book, it's a lie. I
Yeah.
get what they're saying in a sense that they're saying that, well, they're going to be like, they're going to persuade you to do something. But at the end of the day, no one persuades you to do anything. If your friend
Exactly.
loves you and wants the best for you, she's not going to persuade you to do it. And then you're grown as
No.
hell. Like, come on, please. So
Yeah.
I don't
And I think men
understand that.
need to relax because at the end of the day, if we do have that thought friend, she's not the one we're hanging out with. Like, trust and believe. We're just not. She's always been a thought. She was probably a thought in high school. Like,
We know
nothing's
that.
changed. She's just older. Right. So that's the one when they're all like, hey, and she calls and like, come out with me. It's like, oh no, I'm gonna be
Not
in a,
today.
but you'll
Yeah.
meet up. with all of your friends and her,
Yes. Yes.
right?
Yes.
Because
Hmm.
that's what solid women do. We're like, okay, she been this way since day one. That's who she is.
We
Accept her
know
for
her.
her. But I
Hmm.
do know you will put me in a situation.
Yeah.
So
You know those
I'm not,
chicks.
yeah. That's the one that's like, oh, okay, yeah, we end up somewhere like, what are we doing? Oh, we're on
Yeah.
a double date? Mm-mm.
Right.
Yeah, that friend,
How did I get
that
here?
friend,
You didn't tell me
right?
that part.
She's up here
Right.
telling people, oh, my friend is pretty, my sister, you got it low. Oh, no, 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 no. So you
Right.
know those friends, and those are the ones that one, low key, wouldn't respect your relationship or your marriage. You already know this.
You know them.
Unfortunately, sometimes our men will see that friend in action and have something to pull from and be like, that's what they think all your friends are like. So regardless of what they see moving forward, it only took that one friend for them to be like, yeah, does she always, dress like that? Wow. Okay. So, and then it starts them thinking like, oh boy, now she's gonna want to dress like that. And it's so silly. It is, to me, it's hilarious how they actually fix their faces. Because I think when women get together, most of us, well, I can only speak for us and our crews, like we're not trifling. So we're literally gonna go out and have girly fun.
Girl,
We're
fun
dodging dicks all night.
all
We're
day.
not taking phone numbers. We're not
No.
entertaining it. No men are dancing with us. Like we know our boundaries and we are in the middle of the dance floor, all five of us dancing together
Together.
because we have the same
Exactly.
mindset. We're with like-minded
Exactly.
people. We have the same level of respect for our
Yep.
home when we are not there. So it's really about the circle you keep. But then men, I think, gauge it on something else because I can't remember. I've never thought, oh my God, all his friends are fine. But I think men go, oh my God, like all her friends look like that? Oh nah, you're not going out with your
Right.
friends. It's the
That's
opposite for us. Like I don't
true.
think I've ever felt threatened because my
Me
man was
either.
hanging out with men that was just as fine as him. Like, but I think they do. I
That's a good
I
look. That's a
I
good
think they do, and I think
perspective.
they are more concerned with because they're men, so they know how they would respond to a group of
Mm-hmm.
five women, all stallions, all not paying none of the men in the room any mind, which
Happens.
inadvertently makes us more attractive because we're
Yeah.
not dropping it low, shaking it, asses hanging out, cleavage
Right.
everywhere. We're not those
Right.
girls. So they
Mm-mm.
know we're different. Now they're curious. So I get when men feel that. It's just unfortunate that it does interfere with your hang out with your girl schedule because you're trying to balance
Mm-hmm.
his security and respecting him and letting him lead the
That's it.
household with respect versus not wanting to look like you're switching up on your day ones.
And I
So
think
that
that
balance is hard.
it is, but I think that what women need to do is if you don't want to be friends with her, you don't be friends with her because you don't want to be friends with her. We
Right.
can't allow them to pick our
Dictate.
friends. We
Hmm.
can't do that because we don't pick theirs. I can care less. I mean, if he's a drunk and he's driving crazy, okay, that's one thing. Like maybe you should
Right.
take your own
The
car.
irresponsible friend.
Right. But you can't, no, no. And I think that when we give them that much power, it's over,
Yeah, it really is.
over, literally. Like, then you start second guessing your ability to pick a good friend or to wean people out from good to bad, or like maybe I don't know who's a
Right.
good friend for me. And then you start guessing that, and then now this person has all the control over who your friends are, and his friends become your friends. You ain't got nobody. Trust me, because if you
Right.
do this out, that's still his friends. Let's just be real. Can we stop with
Right.
these games? Okay.
Right.
Um, but and honestly, I've met females that are married that are off the
Yeah.
chain. So it doesn't
Yeah.
matter.
It
That
doesn't.
doesn't
You're right
matter,
about that. You are absolutely right about
girl.
that.
I sit
The
there like,
worst ones, you're like,
ooh,
damn.
right.
Like I thought y'all was happy, and they are happy. They're just married thoughts. Like you married a
That's
thought, bro.
it.
She's happy with you, but she's real happy when she goes out. Like,
Yeah.
yeah, they're out
And I'm
there.
sitting there like, what just happened? Like, we supposed to be the wife club. Oh, girl, bye. Please with that. Because if
Right.
that, if it's not that, then they're boring, and nobody got time for that. I'm not doing that either. I have friends now that are married that are not boring, but I had friends that were married and it was boring as hell. And I'm just like, okay, so we just
Yeah,
gonna sit here and do what? We don't
right,
talk about anything. Like,
right.
stop. Like, I can't do that either. So I think it's a balance, but it is very important to have your chicas and stay. I'm not saying you guys see them every day because that doesn't happen when you're in love
Right.
and you want to be smooches and do the whole Netflix
Hmm.
till infinity and beyond thing. We get that, but it's gonna come a day when you're gonna be like, I want to go shopping and I don't want you to go with me because you don't know my style.
Right. And
Or
even though you're fun, this is a girl time.
it's a girl. Like, remember I text you these shoes. I was like, do we like this? Like, I don't even know if we like these shoes.
What I tell you, I was like, wait, what?
We don't like those. Like
Yeah.
the reminder thing and just
Hmm.
the whole energy of it all. So I definitely want to talk about this because, like I said, on the internet, it is these men are lit on here. Okay, talking crazy.
Yeah.
Like you're gonna pick her friends, and if you let that happen, I'm telling you right now, Chica, just remember I said
It
this.
starts with control. Conversations are not control. So if you have a conversation, he has every right to say, "Hey, I don't like whatever that girl because she this or she moved weird,
Yeah.
whatever,
Hmm.
But to actually say, and I don't want you around her. You're not going over there. You're not. We're adults. We should be able to talk about this now. If he leaves his house like that, and that's what he's going to stand on that, and that's the type of relationship you have, then you need to go sit down somewhere. You're not going. But
Yep.
typically, that is something very controlling because honestly, if
Very
a man's leading his household properly, he doesn't have to tell her who she can be around. She
yep,
already knows. And that's
exactly.
how you properly lead your household. But a lot of them
Exactly.
don't. So they don't know how to lead and they give mixed information because they themselves are trying to figure it out. So yeah, you done hung out with her a couple times now. Um, Now he decides you can't. Now it's up. There's smoke now because now y'all arguing over this, like over somebody.
Stupid.
It can just snowball too if it's not a healthy communication there between, the significant other.
And
Everything should be a conversation. I don't care. You could lead your
everything.
household. Your word can be God, and I don't have a problem with that. But make it make sense too. Don't just
And
talk
trust,
crazy.
and he has to trust you enough that you know what
Right.
you know what I'm saying? That's the problem. Where's the trust
And
part?
that you hear him. Right. You've heard him.
Yeah,
You hear him. You
I got
appreciate
you.
what he has to say, and you respect it. Like,
But also you can't this is the girl code 101. Never talk to your man about your friend.
ever, ever.
Ever. And we said
Because
it at the
they
same time.
ever,
Ever.
yeah, ladies, if you're
Ever.
watching, ever
Don't do that.
never say one negative thing about a friend and never, ever discuss anything sexually your friends have ever. Don't say she's fast. I'm not talking about acts. I'm talking about her energy around other men. Never. Because
Mm-mm.
they just hear you. They don't
Yep.
see her, they see you doing it. As you're
Yep.
explaining what she did, I'm almost certain he's trying to figure out where you were in the room
Exactly.
to
Mm-hmm.
this happening.
Mm-hmm.
So it's not worth it. Talk to your homegirls about it. Don't ever, because I have gotten caught out there, just been like, you're not gonna believe this. Guess what she did? Remember, she just started dating that guy, right? So she meets this guy and start like, don't ever think he's that much of your friend. There are some things that are left for your girls because
Exactly.
unlike women, I think men can come home and tell the craziest stories of, yo, he's this, he's that. Whether they're being honest or not, I think most men lie. But I know there's a handful of men that can actually go out, be put in compromising situations and excuse themselves and go home because they actually get it. They
Hmm.
get it. If I want to lead her and I want her to respond to me a certain kind of way, I will always be that example. That's what a real man says to me. That's what I feel like a man that's stepping up to lead is definitely going to stand on it, and he's going to be who he's asking you to be.
Exactly. And don't let him, we have like 5 minutes. Don't let him talk you out of being her friend. Like, I've
Right.
seen it where dudes would be like, well, she did it, and you ain't had no problem with your girl. None. And
Hmm.
after and he's talking, you'd be like, well, that's
Hmm.
true.
Right.
No, you know it's a lie. You know it don't
Yeah.
sound right, and you gotta understand. You gotta see the game. You gotta, because some of them won't
Hmm.
come out and just say, "I don't want you." Da 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 da. With her.
Right.
They'll
No,
they'll
they'll find
do it
reasons or
different.
they'll
Yeah.
cause something.
Mhm.
Hmm.
Mhm. Mhm.
Yep.
And if that was never a problem with you and your girl before, don't make it a problem after. And
Exactly.
who cares? Like, that's it.
Exactly.
You not her friend. Why do
Right.
you care? I don't. I'm confused.
But you know, sometimes though, right before we go though, there are some men that act like women in their relationships. Like they're
Oh
all
yeah,
in the phone conversations. They got comments and concerns
girl.
afterwards. You got men out here that gossip just like women
Yep.
that will sit there and be like, did you talk to so and so? Because they heard you on the phone with the gossip. And then when you get off the phone,
And
like,
you forgot what you even said. I forgot
yeah,
what I
you
even said
like
on the
what?
phone. You remember?
Be
How
like,
you
oh
remember?
yeah, that's right. Yeah, no, yeah, they got back together. Like he's all in it, and it's like, that's fun, but you always have to
Creepy.
respect and remember, do not ever cross that boundary with your man. I don't care how much of your best friend he tells you he is. Trust and believe there are some things he will never forget, and you will be held accountable, not the people that
All
did
the
them.
time. Yes.
You will be held accountable um, for enjoying it,
Hmm.
being around it, laughing
Allowing
at
it,
it, allow it,
looking past
all of
it,
that. Yup. It's
not.
everything matters because he's thinking,
Yep.
if you think that's okay, I might have messed up on how I made this decision with you. He's thinking, oh, you don't think she's wrong for that? Hmm, how? Who are you? That's not the woman I wanted because he
Right.
thought you thought differently. And it's okay to think differently.
It's
But if he's
fine.
never been exposed to it, it's new to him. So he thinks it's new. Like, oh, you talk like that when you talk to her? Yeah, because you never hear us have conversations. So
Exactly.
you don't know what we're saying. You hear part of a conversation and you think you
Yep.
hearing the whole thing. You're only hearing
Exactly.
what one person is saying and you're trying to put it
Yep.
together. We sound off the chain wild. We sound like we're up to something because we are. We're plotting on these cookies that we want to bake, but we both are on a diet. There's a reason for this. So
Exactly.
it's like, they'll ear hustle
All day. All
and
day.
get
You'd be
it
like,
wrong
what are you even
every
saying? I don't
time.
even remember that.
Yeah, get it wrong every time. Or if they don't
Every
bring
time.
up what they've heard or seen, they'll they'll just be in the back of their mind. It'll come up at some point. It'll come up. Though your friend
It
that
will.
cheated on her boyfriend, that one,
Hmm.
that's where you're going out with that one. It's like, oh wow, that was 3 years ago. But yeah, she's grown now. Like it's okay. But they remember
Oh, they
scandals
remember
and anything
everything.
that's gonna tempt you
Hmm.
from being the different than what he wants you to be or is has come to know you to be.
Exactly. And again, if it wasn't a problem before, it shouldn't be a problem now.
Right.
That's just how I see it. Like,
Hmm.
I knew that. So, and it's not a
Right.
problem for me. So don't make it a problem. You see what I'm saying?
Hmm. Hmm.
And I'm telling you, these are some, listen, my daughter gonna have it. She gonna be straight. Cause these gems, I'm
Yeah.
like, doop, doop, doop,
Well, the
doop, things
boys
I didn't
too.
know.
Shoot,
For
the
them
boys
too,
are gonna
yep.
be straight too. They're definitely gonna be able to navigate women differently, having
Mm-hmm.
a mother like you.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Oh, well, it is an hour. We're doing good keeping an hour going.
I know we are. We're getting
I
better.
think, yeah, we are, and we're staying on topic because we got like ADD too, because we be going here, there.
We
Our
do.
conversations is all over the
They're
place,
all
but
over
it's
the.
fun.
That's what we do,
We
though. This
we
is us.
do.
This is
It
us.
is
We're all over the place.
everywhere, all the time. It's all random, but yes. So I enjoy this topic, and hopefully, you know that. these gems, you kind of soak them up and take what you want and whatever.
Yep.
But this is experience, not textbook. Okay, so
Yeah, for real. We not new to this. We true to this. For
for
real.
real. All right.
PhDs in this shit.
Okay,
Facts,
I'm
mamas. All
telling
right.
you.
Love you.
You too. You want to do your outro? Cause you funny with those, honey.
That's right. It's the usual. Be kind to each other and don't be a dick.
That's
Simple.
it. Mwah.
Bye.
Talk to you later. Bye. Go crazy.